Welcome to this episode of CGTN live stream. I am CGTN's Xinchen here live from Chongqing in southwest China. So look right behind me. We can see all those containers and there are cars inside those containers. And I'm going to talk all about those cars. So what I can see from afar, those cars are Audi. I believe they are A8 series, very expensive. Like $20,000 or more than that, and for the retail price here in China, around 200K. I'm sorry, 200,000, something like that. And Chinese customs and crane operators are now trying to load those cars off from those containers. So that's the topic that I want to talk about today. Imported finished cars here to Chongqing. But I'm in a bonded area, and because of COVID-19 measures, I really need to wear my masks so that I can walk freely in this compound. So basically what they're going to do, they're going to load off the cars from those containers, and there will be technicians, drivers, and drive the car. Look right there, look at that sedan, that A8. They're going to drive, circle around, and then they're going to park right here. So we have lines of imported finished cars, A8 for today. So they are transported by China Rail Express. So that's the railway service initiated by China, really commuting between China and into the Europe continent, the Eurasian continent. So transporting back and forth products from China as well as from Europe. So basically, China Rail Express started this operation 10 years ago. This year marks the 100 years of founding of China's Communist Party, the Communist Party of China, and also the 10th year of the operation of China Railway Express. And about 7 years ago, back in 2014, the first loads of finished cars were imported via this train route here to Chongqing. And by the way, the first operation train track from Chongqing was designated to Germany's Duisburg, just for your information. And in addition to Audi, and we also look right over here. So here we also have Porsche. Protection cover has to be removed prior to May 6th, 2022. So I think that's the newer model ready to enter Chinese market. So to learn more about the operation here, for finished car imports, and join with us here we have Alicia Lee. Hello, Alicia.
Hello.
So Alicia is the branch manager for a global logistic company's operation here in Chongqing and Chengdu. That's the southwest part of China. Hellman, that's the company's name.
Yes.
Let's walk and talk, because we have a lot of Porsche. Porsche is your clients, right?
Yes. It's our VIP client.
So very important.
Very important client of our Hellman. Yeah.
So basically, what we're seeing here, right there, we have Porsche. So that's the Cayenne, I think.
Yes.
That's the Cayenne. We also have the 911. Very expensive cars.
Yes, you're right.
Because you're doing business with the Porsche. I'm just wondering, do you drive a Porsche?
No, at this moment I haven't.
So why is that?
Actually, it's a little bit expensive to me at this moment. Yeah, but not sure. Maybe in the future.
So, okay, we need to work hard.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
So I think this 911, it probably retails about $200,000 US here in China.
Yes.
1.5 million.
Yes, over 1 million. Yeah.
Over 1 million.
Yeah.
So I just want to, I do have a little bit of numbers about 2020. So despite COVID-19, luxury car sales here in China continue to rise about 9% over the span of 12 months in 2020, despite COVID. So a lot of people are still saying China is continuing to be the fastest growing market for luxury car vehicles, luxury cars. But just for Hellman, how big is Porsche business in terms of transporting finished cars into this area, Chongqing?
This business is around about 10% of our whole business in this area, in Chengdu and Chongqing.
That's just one brand, right?
Yes, just one brand. But average, we imported around 5,000 cars from Germany to Chongqing, by Xinchen.
So they are all Porsche cars, or also including
Porsche cars.
5,000 Porsche cars. you know, a lot of people might not visit China before, but I just want to know, China is huge,
Yes.
right? They did a map. So Chongqing is the southwest part of China. It only has like 1/6 of the entire nation's population
Yeah.
and 5,000 Porsche cars, finished cars were imported to this region per year for the past 2 years, right?
Yes, yes.
So what about like, but in addition to cars, you also like imported like auto parts and also other
spare parts,
business. Just speaking of China Railway, China Rail Express, how can this somewhat facilitate your business, Hellman, as an international logistics
It's very
provider?
important solution to our customer, I think. You know, rail is cost-saving compared with the air freight, but it's reliable and stable service compared with the ocean service. So rail service can give us the more solution to our customer. And the transit time from Europe to Chongqing just only 20 days.
20 days?
Yes.
By rail?
By rail, it's very quick. Yeah, Chongqing, you know, is an inland city in the southwest of China. So the traditional, we use the barge service from Chongqing to Shanghai and via Shanghai to overseas. It's around totaling we need 16 days for ocean services. So
60 days.
60 days.
60 days.
Yeah.
60. That's like 2 months.
Yes.
That's
yes.
2 months.
Almost, yeah.
Then we can have more views of these cars because these cars are fancy. You know, Cayenne I know is very popular. Like Panamera, I know friends who own Panamera and they have to wait for like up to 2 years to actually get their hands on the car. And because of COVID-19, because there were like logistical challenges, you know, some the cars high in demand were delayed or whatnot. But then, like for you, do you actually? Even speaking of like China Rail Express, it also has like in addition to cars, it also import other products. Have you ever shopped online and you find out like products that are actually transported via these special routes?
Yes, when I shopping, I found some cosmetical and
Cosmetics?
kitchen, cosmetics and kitchen wares in the shopping mall. And I thought this kind of car from Europe and while using those savers, while real savers. Yeah.
So definitely there is a consumer demand for products like this, right?
Yes.
But why do you choose this? Like for kitchenware, you choose German kitchenware. Do you think that
quality is quite
quality? I heard that. Like because their knife, the steel that they use, you know, can be more luxurious and a better quality, right?
Yes.
But what about like the future ahead? Because as you mentioned, you know, cargoes from Chongqing used to take rails to reach Shanghai, but also Chongqing is on the Yangtze River bank area, and right now they're also China is trying to revitalize the river route so that people can also use a little bit of water to kind of combine sea transportation with land transportation, so that can reach like even wider markets in addition to Europe. So what's the future outlook like?
For future, we are very optimistic about this product and this service rail. In Herman, we set our Chongqing as a hub of the whole Herman group, not only covering Chongqing, China, but also the Asia places like Thailand, Vietnam, and Singapore. We developed the cross-border service from Europe to Chongqing via rail service, and from Chongqing to various destinations by truck, by the South Corridor, rail service to the other destination. It's very cost-saving and a facility to our customers.
So as Ms. E said earlier, like the transportation from Europe to Chongqing by rail is like 20 days, right?
Yes,
20 days.
Almost,
but it used to like about 60 days, like on top of like transportation from Chongqing to Shanghai.
Yes.
So that's like over 2 months.
Yes.
Compared to less than like a month, like over just a bit over a half month.
So this rail is a additional solution to our customers. Our customer can have more choices on this on this service, and the cash flow come very quick,
definitely. Because
if you export the cargo out or import out, and then the cash flow will quick, come back.
So definitely because you can push the products into the market, then they're going to sell it and can make it shortens the time on just wasted on the roads or doing transportation. But also for the cars here, the next stop, where they're going, like after they're going to examine here, they're going to go to the bounded area, or
yes, they go to the bounded area in Xinchen.
So that will also save some costs for
For S shops, yeah.
For dealers, right?
Yeah, for dealers, yeah.
Because it is a preferential tax policies and all that. So what's the Hellman's like for this part of the operation, like future plans? Are you trying to like branch into more car brands, or there are also other like products that you're looking to?
Yeah, car brands is just only one of the industry in our whole group. Actually, we have many industry customers here. Yeah. Besides car, finished car, we have spare parts. We have high-tech customers. So we thought this area have a lot of opportunities, and we are optimistic about this area. Yeah.
So definitely that's the
they have the big policy like doing waste and bed and road policy and sea and ocean corridor. Yeah. So they have many benefits to our logistics company, I think, under this kind of the big policy. Yeah.
So definitely. Thank you so much, Miss
Oh,
Yi.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much. So thank you for joining us. It's very hot. You can see that I'm sweating.
It's very hot. Yeah.
It's 34 degrees Celsius. That's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So what we're seeing here is like, because these cars are right out of the container box, and they are going to examine the bodies and how the car functions after like 20 days of transport. So they are going, I mean, these people will drive the cars into our next stop. So come with me. So up on there we have like 进口整车检测线. So that's the test bed for the imported finished cars. So they are going to go through a very quick check before they can actually enter the consumer market. Let's come over here. And I do have one more guest to show us a little bit deeper look at just off this area. So here with us we have Han Chao. Mr. Han, welcome to our program. We have Han Chao, and he is the Vice General Manager. So, watch out, we have a car coming in.
Be careful, be careful.
音频老师. So, this is Han Chao. He's the Vice General Manager for Chongqing International Logistics Hub Park. So that's the area where the China Rail Express is based, and also there are also a lot of cargoes going into the Belt and Road and the Sea Land Corridor, and all that facilitates the trade, regional trades here. But first, talking about like the test bay, the test bed. So what are some of the tests that cars, imported finished cars, need to go through in order to enter the consumer market? 就我们现在看的这检测线大概是哪些内容呀？
现在呢，我们所有的进口汽车，在正式的进口之前，必须要通过这么一个检测线。
So this is a must-have for all the imported finished cars to enter the Chinese market. So, but what we're seeing here, we have like a hole underground. 这个是干什么的？
这个检测线呢，主要是检测几大功能。那么这个区域呢，就是检测我们汽车的底盘。
So this is for the chassis, for the underpan, the underneath. I mean the bottom of the car.
那么后面呢，分别会检测汽车的制动。
So the engines, accelerations,
尾气
emission,
转向
and turning the wheels,
灯光
the lights, of course.
Yes, 的相关的这么一些检测。
So there are more cars. So how fast? This automatic 是自动的吗还是人工的？
自动的。
Oh, so actually the facility is automatic. So the driver just drive the car onto this base, and they're going to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
那么这条检测线一天呢，能够实现300台整车的一个检测。
So like 300 units per day to be checked here. But I can also see like some cars are parked over there. Why they're like parked over there?
这个区域呢，就是等待检测报告的这么一个待行区。
So that's the waiting area for those cars to get their report. How long will it take for the reports to come out?
可能最快的话1天之内都会出相应的报告。
So it's like the waiting time is like a day or so. Okay.
对
So that's interesting. I just want to have a comparison about like for COVID vaccinations. We go into a clinic, we get a shot, and then we need to have wait for a little bit, and voila, and we're all safe and protected. But then, what's the next stop for these cars? Are they all going to the bonded area? 是都去就是结束之后，他们是都去免税区吗？还是
对
保税区吗？还是
它结束这个检测之后呢，有2项选择。一个呢，如果它有保税的需求，可以进入中国的保税区进行保税。那么如果说它现在已经有市场的订单，它可以快速的进入中国的市场。
So basically, if there is an order for this very car and the car maker wants to sell it right away, they can do it fast. But if they want to keep it here, like on site, ready to sell, they can actually store it in the bonded area. 但就是我们最快多久啊就能去到市场？
最快的话，从我们的海外装车到交到我们消费者的手上，最快的时间呢，我们可以达到35天。
So the fast days for like car shoppers here in China to get their order from overseas like 35 days, including the China Rail Express transportation, testing, and everything. 35 days. So that's pretty fast. So I can just go into the dealership and order a car, and next month that I can be driving it. But speaking of finished car imports, so I know I saw this trend is taking a majority, or taking a heavier weight in terms of the proportion of import products via this route to Chongqing. So how big is finished car imports right now? 就我们讲到就是现在我们进口整车的一个比重是有一个什么的变化吗？
其实我们的重庆这个整车口岸是全国第一个内陆的整车口岸。
So basically, this is the first port for inland port for finished car here in China.
是的，那么我们这个整车口岸是14年获得国家的批复。那么从14年开始呢，我们从94台汽车到后面200多台汽车，到现在我们已经
94，就是第一批只有94。
第一年94，
就一全年只有94辆。
全年就94
啊。
到第2年是几百台，到现在的每年有几千台。
几千台。
现在累计已经有22000台的进口量。这么几年，7 years。
7 years for like 20,000.
20,000。
2万左右。
对。
So that's the total import volume for finished cars imported into this port. So I'm going to briefly translate what Mr. Han just told me. So for this finished car port, it was authorized by the Chinese State Council back in 2014, and it imported the first batch of 62 94 cars for the first year in 2014, and then it started growing to like a few hundreds a year, and a few thousands, and now by the end of 2020, a total of over 20,000 imported cars have been imported via this port into China. But just speaking of like one thing here, like where are they going, all these cars? Are they all here for consumers in Southwest China? 就我们这些车，它之后去的只辐射到西南地区吗？
这些车呢，大部分是接近40%到50%的比例是辐射到我们中国的中西部地区。当然，它也有一些会辐射到我们的东部地区东部地区这也是有辐射的。
So basically, about half of the import volume will be dissolved like locally here in Southwest China or even Central China. And then half of that will go to like east coast of China. That will be Shanghai, Jiangsu, and etc. Because I know, like for example, that we talk about the Porsche cars. Like in Shanghai, people are waiting Porsche for like years. That's what I heard. But then we also know, for China Rail Express, it's not the only like routes that it has been operating here, and we also have like Belt and Road, and we also have like the new Land and Sea Corridor initiative. Will there be any cars that transit here in Chongqing but then reach other overseas markets? 就是我们可能就是通过这个口岸进口的车，但是以后未来可能会去到其他国家，这也是有可能的吗？
这个也是有可能的，这个也是可能，因为本来来讲呢，我们的中欧班列和陆海新通道 它也是要有一个有效的衔接。那么通过重庆这个地方进行了一个中转，那么从而形成全球的这么一个供应链的这么一个结合。
So basically, Mr. Han just told me with the China Rail Express, and also there's a new initiative called the new Sea and Land Corridor that will help export more products from inland China to Southwest Asia, I think. Southwest Asia.
Yes.
And is it possible there will be a linkage between like European cargoes and to reach other Asian countries so that we can have a global logistics systems, right? So about like for consumers, are you from Chongqing?
Yeah, I'm come from Chongqing.
So you grew up in Chongqing.
Yeah.
Do you see the changes in terms of like how much import products can benefit local people's life?
这么讲吧，这个整车口岸呢，从最开始的第一年，只有宝马、大众、奔驰3个品牌，到现在我们已经有法拉利、保时捷、奥迪、沃尔沃，我们可以非常熟悉的品牌大概有17个品牌。那么我们的数量呢，刚刚也有提到，从最开始的几十台车每年，到现在已经到达22000多台这么一个规模，在内陆呢还是比较位于前列的。那么我们认为呢，这个整车口岸或者这个中欧班列是有效的衔接了国外的制造和我们中国的市场，做了一个很好的衔接。那么我们可以看到，特别是今年的数据，今年我们2021年，我们已经进口了3200台整车。上半年。那么我们较去年这个同期，我们同比增长了50%。
Oh, I'm going to translate for that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just asked Mr. Han about like what benefits can the China Rail Express or like a better like international trade happening here in Chongqing can bring benefits to local customers. And Mr. Han told me like in 2014 when imported Finnish cars were first imported here to Chongqing, there were just a few choices like Benz, BMW, Audi, those like leading brands.
Yeah.
But then they started to import like Ferrari, and Volkswagen, not just luxury brands, but also like consumer cars, and Volvo. So there will be more choices and 17 brands. So 17 car makers are sending their cars via this route to reach Chinese consumers. And Mr. Han made a really good point. It's like he believes this whole logistic infrastructure can better link European production with the Chinese consumer market. Right?
Yes.
And for the first half of 2021, and 2,300 Finnish cars were imported.
2300。对，3200。
Sorry, 3,200. So many numbers. And that's like half, like doubling last year's.
50%.
50%. So it's like
50%.
So increased like by 50% compared
50%.
to last year.
Yes.
So that's a huge jump. But what's about the future trend? Are you optimistic that there will be more demand, like in terms of Finnish cars? 就是我们之后未来的预期是继续增长吗？还是？
我们未来的预期呢，就整车的进口数量来讲，我们的预期是大概每年有1万台进口，从这个口岸进行进口这么一个规模。同时呢，我们也看到了这个中欧班列和整车口岸对于我们的这些海外的制造厂和主机厂来讲，会给予到它一个较海运和航空运输以外多一个物流供应链的选择。
So basically, Mr. Han just said that there will be another channel or another options for a lot of brands, for them to reach Chinese market in addition to sea routes or air freight, because air freight is very expensive.
Yes.
And for sea travel, it's very lengthy and time consuming. I just read because there is another facility here in this park. It actually shows the real-time transportation of China Rail Express. And for today's data, it says like the time saved compared to sea travel was like 30% today. And for cost compared with air freight is like 40%, just because it tracks the real-time progress of each rail transportation. So there's definitely more opportunities or better development possibilities for the rail, definitely, right? And plus the sea-land corridor, the combination of land transportation plus sea. And also this year marks the 10th anniversary of China Rail Express. What's the most significant change or achievement that you saw from this? 就今年也是中国班列10周年嘛，就最大的一个亮点或者说是变化和10年前比是什么呢？你觉得？
那么可能我个人认为呢，中欧班列10年了，那么10年之前呢，在全球来看，这个关于中国提出的这个中欧班列这个一个建议，通过我们还是我们“一带一路”这个倡议，应该来说全国的认可度、知名度还是相对较低的。那么经过这10年的发展呢，这个中欧班列已经成为了我刚刚有讲到海外的制造厂的一个核心的物流供应链的这么一个方案。同时中欧班列这个品牌也已经在海外的物流行业里面家喻户晓。
So basically from Mr. Han's observation about 10 years ago when the first train was set off to Germans in Duisburg, I mean the brand or the reputation of China Rail Express was limited. But now it starts to grow into like a core option for companies, especially European companies, to actually send their products here to China or to actually receive products from China. As I mentioned, Mr. Yi works for Hellman. Hellman is a worldwide international logistics company started in Germany.
Yes, that's why they are here.
Yeah,
because they believe the port will be grow up, the railway will be grow up better and better.
So basically, they came here because of the China Railway.
Yes, of course.
Okay, definitely. So, I think we need to wrap up this episode, and we've seen a lot of fancy cars over there that will cost like millions of kuai. That's probably like tens of thousands of US dollars per unit. And also, we learned a lot about the development of China Rail Express. And yeah, so that's what we have today, and I hope you learned something. And also, I learned like during the in 2020, I also have to mention this. Despite COVID, China Rail Express also exported a lot of medical supplies to 8 countries in need those goods to actually combat COVID-19. So that's about when the sea travel or air freight was off the table. So definitely more choices, more possibilities that can help business grow. So yeah, that's all we have, and stay tuned with us. We're going to continue to tour around here in China and bring more interesting stuff to people, to friends around the world. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.